Hello, today I will share with you some beginner tips for Dungeon Defenders Awakened. My very first tip, and the first thing you should do, is make every character you wish to use. All 4 characters level up simultaneously and do not need to be in the battle like in Dungeon Defenders 1. So take advantage of this and make all the characters you desire at the start. The next tip is you can change character in the options menu or by pressing the H key on PC. You do not need to find the character change spot from Dungeon Defenders 1. This allows you to fix a point in your defense quickly without running back and forth. Also, as long as you sell your traps on the same build wave as they were placed, you may get the full cost of the trap back, so experiment to your heart's content. The next tip is use every character's turrets and focus the points into the right stats to gain more efficiency in the early game, as you can change the points at will any time. There is no need to worry about making the wrong choice early on. The strategy for picking points will vary from player to player, but here is my setup for the early game and why I chose them for each character. For the Mage, dumping all points into Fortify was my choice. He has the cheapest walls at 1 defense point and 20 mana. Using all skill points in his rune of Fortify gives you very strong and cheap walls that you can place where needed and can be placed more frequently than the 3 defense point walls of the Squire. For the Squire, dumping points into range and power is a good choice. He has an excellent ranged defensive option with good penetration. The harpoon, with range and power, it can turn a pretty good turret into your best offensive weapon in narrow corridors. For the Huntress, Fortify and Power are great choices early game. The traps can clear most of the waves on their own, but do have low amounts of charges without putting points into Fortify and Power. Putting points into these gives you an incredibly strong area of effect, which can last until the end of the wave. And finally the Monk. Fortify and range work well. His slow trap and weaken trap are very good at keeping your walls alive during ogre attacks, and the electric aura is good for defeating weaker enemies. Putting points into range and fortitude makes them last longer and spread further. Focusing your skill points should make your first run of the game much easier and allow you to farm good equipment early. And my final tip is for the combat of the game. Equipping your favorite character with combat equipment and using him during the battles can be a strong option, instead of trying to make a hybrid of a tower character and a fighter character. This will make the later half of the game a lot easier when you can go cut some orcs and goblins in half alongside your towers. I hope these tips helped, and I wish you good fortune. Happy looting.